Hello. Welcome anyone who's here. Um, I was hoping to start at 8:30 and then I had some technical delays, so we're starting now. but um, if you give me just a moment here, I'm going to tweet out the link and then we will go ahead and get started. Hopefully the audio sounds okay. I had some issues with the desktop audio a few minutes ago, but seems like it's fine. I think we are ready to go. So as you can see from this great, extremely beautiful menu screen, we are playing some Disco Elysium today. I'm gonna turn down this audio here for a second. I feel bad turning down the audio because the music in this game is so beautiful, but also I want to be heard. Hopefully I'm saying interesting things. There we go. Okay, I think that's fine. So yeah, I am gonna be, for the next probably like hour and a half or so, we'll see how I feel, I'm going to be playing through Disco Elysium. So I've played this game before. I played it last January in 2020, which was just a few months after it came out, and I liked it a lot. I played the whole thing in like 2 weeks, on my like toaster of a laptop. So it's a really, really good game if you don't have a great computer, I'll say that. And I loved it. And yesterday, the studio that made this game came out with a pretty huge DLC update to it. And that adds full voice acting, it adds a couple of new areas to the game, and various other things that I think are supposed to be secrets that I don't know about yet. So I thought this would be a good time to try and replay it. So that is what I'm going to try and do today and maybe for the next few weeks. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So if you are not familiar with this game, it is technically a CRPG, a computer RPG, and it is, you play as a detective, this guy. I like this portrait a lot. God, the art in this game is so good. I'm so excited to see it again. But you play as a detective, and the first thing that you do is you pick how good you are at a certain number of skills. So like if you've played D&D before, this probably looks kind of similar. I think that the system this game uses is basically based on an earlier form of D&D, not 5e, but something a little bit older, maybe like 3 or 4. But basically you start out by picking various stats that your character has, and those stick with you for the entire game. So I am going to make my own character. I think it's interesting. And I've been thinking about this for the past like 3 days. I'm not gonna lie. Because as I said, I played through this game last January, and I played as a character with a very high psyche skill. So psyche is basically emotionality. It includes things like empathy, like your ability to relate to other people, your ability to be like a team player, right? So it's kind of like charisma, basically, or authority, maybe is a better. That's one of the skills that you have, but that's maybe a better way of summarizing psyche. And as you can see, so we have the 4 skills: intellect, psyche, physique, and motorics. And then we have how good I am at those things. So currently I'm very good at physique, so I'm very strong, but I'm not very smart. So last time my stats were something like this, I think. No, it was like this. And this was really fun. So I was a very like emotional character. I was very good at relating to people, or relatively good, as you'll see in a few minutes. The character we're playing is not an especially nice person, so I was as good at talking to people as he can be, whatever that is worth. And I was not strong at all. So that was kind of my MO, and I was sort of smart and sort of good at moving around. This time, there's a little bit of new stuff in the game, but I'm going to be experiencing a lot of things for the second time. I really want to try having a character that is kind of the polar opposite, right? That is really, really, really not emotionally intelligent. And I want the skill that I'm really good at to be motorics. This is kind of like dexterity, if you're thinking about it in a D&D context. That's what I found it to be. So that means that I have a couple of other points to play with, and I think that I'd like to be smart. I don't want to be too smart, but I'd like to be smart. And I don't want to have a 1 in physique, just because if you have a 1 in physique, you have like 1 pip of health, and so if you get punched, you just die. You die immediately. So I would prefer not to do that. I don't plan on getting punched too much in this playthrough, but, you know, we'll see. So yeah, I think this is the spread that I'm going to go with. I feel pretty good about that. So moving on to this next page. This was really overwhelming to me the first time that I played, and it took me, I think, most of my playthrough to kind of understand what these things are. So these are all of the, if we have 4 sort of categories of skill in this game, right? Smarts, emotional intelligence, strongness, and dexterity, basically. All of these things are related to those categories. So as you can see, we have pretty good hand-eye coordination. We have 5 points of that. We have pretty good perception. Our empathy is very low, which isn't great. Just generally in your life, you don't want 1 pip of empathy. That does not speak very well to you as a person. So this is about, you know, this is a very different spread than I had last time. I think it's going to be really interesting. I am a little worried about my survivability here, because there are 2 skills that determine how well you can survive in this game. One is your health, which is measured by endurance. So I'll have 2 points of health to start out. And the other one is measured by the skill called volition. So volition says hold yourself together, keep your morale up. Morale is like your emotional health. And this can kill you also. So if you get really sad, or if you go into a conversation you're not prepared to have, or whatever the case might be, you just die. So I had like 5 morale last time, so I was usually killed by like physical things. I don't know that I ever got my morale to 0, maybe like 1 time. That would have been pretty extreme. So I'm concerned that I only have 1 point in psyche. But there's one thing I can do to solve that. So I have this button that says set signature skill. Essentially what having a signature skill means is that you, this is the thing that you're really good at. Even if you're not good at anything else on this line, you're good at this thing, right? In gameplay terms, that just means that you get an extra point in that thing. So if I click set signature here on empathy, I would get an extra point on empathy. The important thing about that is then I would also get the opportunity to give myself an extra point in all of these other skills, right? So I have 2 points in empathy, I can get up to 3, but I also have the opportunity to put 2 points into volition and into suggestion, right? I don't really care about any of these other skills. Even suggestion I'm not going to be using. Empathy is important. Life lesson, empathy is important. I can remember in my first playthrough, I don't want to metagame this too much, but who am I kidding? I've been doing that for 2 days. Empathy is one of those skills that I can remember doing checks for in my last playthrough, even with like 6 empathy and just failing them straight off. And so I'm not especially interested in trying to boost it up to full, but I think that it would be useful to have like a little bit more empathy than I currently do. So let's see what this says. Cool for judges of character, interviewers, interrogators. Empathy breaks into the souls of others and forces you to feel what's inside. It enables you to notice social cues others may miss. Perhaps a hidden sadness you could coax out a little more, a strange joy from someone who should be bereaved, or a hidden resentment that could come back to harm you later. At high levels, empathy really puts you in other people's shoes. You'll cry for their sorrows, punch walls to relieve their angers, and be an even more unstable cop. With low empathy, however, you'll be an ungainly beast, unable to talk to anyone without upsetting them. So, that's not great. I don't want to upset people. I'm going to miss having high empathy. That was sort of a fun thing in my last playthrough at later times. I would encourage anybody who's doing a first playthrough of this game actually to have a high psyche skill because it's really fun. But I think that this is what we're going to do. For my last playthrough, I had... Oh, we're moving on. I didn't realize we were moving on from that screen, but I had a different signature skill, which I can talk more about later, but that was really fun. But we'll see how this goes.
Conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
There. No ball of meat. No light in the formless nothing. Just night swimming. I know you do, baby. I know. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough. Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will. Do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself. Got a bit carried away, did we, Chef? There's this giant ball there. An evil ape. and the evil apes are juking it out on the board. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant board. Infinitesimally small. You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large. Vying for resources is just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose.
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A Caprice Kanema motor carriage.
All right. We're awake. Should probably put some pants on.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
I'll try to read some of the responses, so we don't have any voice acting for our character. Fish them out.
It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
So we can see already, this is one of those skills that we saw on that second page. Perception. We have a pretty good perception score. This one might be automatic, I'm not sure. But it's already helping us do things. So this is the structure of almost all the game. There's a ton of writing in it, but essentially you get into conversations and your various kinds of skills will pop up and do checks. So like in D&D, if you're doing a dexterity check or a strength check, etc., etc. I keep using D&D as an example, but I feel like it's very similar to how this game works. Any role-playing game, really, take your pick. But your skill will do a roll. If it is above the score that you need to be successful at that thing, you can do it. If it's below that, you fail. And one of the reasons I really like this game is that it's a fail-forward game. That's its ethos, right? So there are a few situations where you can get stuck if you can't do a check, but for the most part, you can complete the whole game even if you are failing a lot of the rolls. You'll just get a different story, which is interesting. So I'm excited to see that. But we have our keys. That we probably need some clothes. Let's see. What's in here? Ooh, this looks bad.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
Alright, yeah, here's our first check. Let's see.
What do you mean? Assess the damage.
Oh
How
no!
would you tell? What are you even trying to?
Oh, so we had an 89% chance of, 83% chance of succeeding, and we failed. Good start. Okay. this? Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. Who could that have been? Yeah, our room is in rough shape. I would not want to stay in this room after
This fan
this
has
character.
2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Okay.
You swoop back and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Okay. We succeeded. We're not totally cursed. That's good. Not great. I should say now, so this is probably already apparent, but we are playing as a character who is an alcoholic. And that is something that comes up really pretty regularly throughout this game. I would say this playthrough for today, if we're going to go for an hour, hour and a half longer, carries some trigger warnings for discussions of alcoholism and addiction generally. In my opinion, this game handles those things pretty sensitively, but just so that you know. There are a few moments later on where there are instances of things like racism and homophobia depicted in the game. I'll try to avoid the ones that I know about and can avoid, just for all of our sakes, but in instances where I can't do that, I will do my best to speak up and warn everybody about that. But that said, let's look in the mirror.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really? Nothing?
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Let's see. Wipe the mirror.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
So, I sort of know what happens here. I also have forgotten exactly what happens. I think something that would be good to mention at this point in the game is, you see I have these 2 little bars over here. This is my health. It's governed by my physical skill, which, if you remember from the beginning of the video, I have 2 points in. This is my morale, which is governed by psyche, and I have 1 point in psyche. It means I have 1 morale point. So health is, if I get punched, if I kick something, if I get in an accident, whatever, I lose a pip of health. So I can take medicine to make that better. I can do various things to make my health increase, and I will ASAP, because 2 charges is fine. I had that throughout my whole entire other playthrough, I think, but morale I am more concerned about, because morale is like your emotional strength. So this is governed by a skill called volition, and if someone says something mean to you, if you have a bad memory, if you look in a mirror maybe, you can just like die. So that's not ideal. I think fairly soon, I'm going to have the opportunity to increase this by 1, possibly 2. But I only have 1 point right now, so I think I'm going to play it safe.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
How bad could it be?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
At least my tongue is okay.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
Okay. I'm sure everything is fine.
It's not. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
Okay, I'm not doing this right now. I'm out of here. We'll come back later. Oh, I'm holding my head. The animations in this game are so good. I will say I have this game on, I'm still mad about this check. I cannot believe we failed that. I have this game on medium settings, just for the sake of my computer. It seems as though it's going fine. It's a little bit stuttery, but it's not horrible. And it's still gorgeous. It's such a pretty game. Hold on 1 second, I'm going to check our volume output here. Okay. Yeah, seems like we're not dropping any frames either, which is excellent. Look at this tile. The reflections on it are just gorgeous. Oh, money. Thank you. Oh, just realized we don't have our other shoe. Let's look at the view over here. Can't get over there yet. Even the loading screen looks good. Alright, let's look at our shoe. Wonder if there's like a achievement for going through this game without any shoes on. Probably not, but that would be funny. Let's see. Why would you hang up your shoe? Would never be me. Okay.
There they both are. 2 identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet, like 2 baby crocodiles.
How do they fit?
Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Okay, we've got our shoes on. Ready to go. Calendar.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown, and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
Then why did you call me an officer?
Because you're a police officer, sir.
Are you sure?
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time.
All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. I
What
couldn't
business
say.
is that?
In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Yeah, the game is letting us know, don't do this. I think this is low anyway. So 12. 12 is like the max number of skill points that you can put into a ability. There are other ways to raise your ability scores in this game, but 12 is like the max you can have without that. So clearly the game is like making a point about this interaction here, which is very funny. Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else?
Could it be because of the drinking?
Maybe.
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age.
That's very judgy. Alright.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
I should get going.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
I love her jumpsuit. So all of the voice acting in this game...
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct.
Oh, no.
A need. The need to ask questions. It's like you've said the words a million times before.
Uh-oh.
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
What if I don't want to ask questions?
You're a cop, Harry. It is unnatural of you not to want to ask questions.
Oh no. So this is something else that your skills can do. So as we've seen already, they help you pass certain checks in dialogue. They can also make you do or not do certain things in dialogue. So I don't have a choice about this interaction here, right? This skill that I have 5 points in is saying, no, you have to ask this person questions. I guess I have some questions.
Yes.
Where exactly is here? Where am I?
You're in a hostel, sir.
No, where are we in the world?
You're in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
You sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties.
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Aranye, another part of the world.
Tell me, is it 51 now?
It's 51.
What century? What?
The current century?
And that's what? What number?
Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization. There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Did I have any visitors?
I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace. A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it.
Oh, I have that cassette case that I picked up.
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also,
What else?
that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
What should I say? I would never behave like that.
Yes, never. A window was smashed. A tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
This one's funny. Please tell me there wasn't anything else.
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. And that was it. The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city. Glad to have been of assistance.
Okay, bye. Alright, so we know where we are now. We're in Revachol. Cigarettes. I love the design of the furniture in here. This long table. That's really cool. What's that? Satirical newspaper. A little plant. So cool. Oh, it's a music stand. Okay, and a microphone. Can I get up on the stage? Oh, I can get up on the stage. I can't really do anything though. Oh. So when this pops up, by the way, this means that I have a thought.
You should totally sing karaoke.
Yeah, I thought so.
Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul is modest, it's normal sized.
Exactly. It's measured, level-headed, and it needs to be heard through a PA system. By other people.
What should I sing when it comes to
You
it?
should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
I was thinking I could sing something happy.
No, don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound.
I want to sing the happy
You
song.
would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works.
Can I talk to you yet?
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. A competent work of taxidermy, the white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs, one of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. The small steel tag says as much. The Great Skua. Ste Koari's Skua.
Oh, cool. So this skill happened and then this skill was triggered because this one was successful. And I'm good at both of these things, which is why I was able to do that. Cool.
Look, your buddy is over there.
Our buddy!
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
So now you're a cop.
Okay, goodbye. It's nice. A water cooler? My gosh. Who is it?
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
This one is sort of a... I think I have a 10 in the skill right now. This is sort of a gamble. Let's try it.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Uh-oh. It's very cool, but won't I come off like a douche if I call myself that?
No, you won't. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name, and you're one classy cop. Say it.
Okay.
Yes, well,
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intra-departmental joke or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
This is really cool. So I was a little bit worried that the way that I distributed my skills would mean that I had essentially no interpersonal skills. And to be fair, I did just fail this roll pretty hard. But it seems like a lot of my blue skills are standing in for my purple psyche skills. So drama is really good at telling if people are lying, which is sort of similar to empathy, right? So I might not be able to understand people's emotions, but I can sort of read what people are thinking in a way that I couldn't before, which I like a lot.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interview?
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Completely. Oh, this game is funny. I mean, these are all essentially the same. I'm not gonna lie to Kim. Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
I don't want to reveal this yet. Like, clearly we have some kind of amnesia, but I'm not gonna... What were we supposed to do again? Well, don't want to say that. How can you be so sure I'm from the police?
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back.
Okay, so we're not really just a policeman, right? We are also a detective.
I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
Ah, you mean the Rat Squad?
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job.
No, he didn't like that.
Yes. They are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
Check
You
my
mean
pockets.
You don't have a badge?
It was not on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
Alright, let's deal with some of this stuff.
After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Kim is in our party. Kim is great. Kim is my, as you can tell from the stream title here, Kim is my favorite part about this game. He's so good. And one of the things that the DLC for this game added yesterday was full voice acting for everybody in the game. So all of the characters, all of the thoughts that you have, right? The person that you heard reading like the perception and sight checks a minute ago and the drama check, that's all the same person. And it sounds great. But I don't think Kim was fully voiced in the last version, and he is now. It sounds great. Let's talk to this woman.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
Maybe I am?
And have you found anyone to be sweet to? You rascal. I'm too old for you, and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the Motley Crew. Hire her on the spot.
Okay, game. Let's do option 3.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Whoops.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
We're in Revachol, we learned that earlier.
That's right. In a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be precise.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Revachol, though.
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's good we talked to, Claudia upstairs. It's the spring of 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
I love her too. Her voice is an interesting decision. She sounds like she's from like the American South.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you then, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
I cannot remember if this question was in the base game. So I do know that one thing this DLC has also added, besides voice acting, is essentially like political choice. So there are 4 main kinds of like political factions in this game. There's communists, moralists, liberalists, and fascists. And you can be one of those 4. And this DLC like fleshes that out in some way. I don't really know how specifically, but I think we are more able to like choose what kind of political person we want to be. Like none of these are likely. Oh, gross. These last 2 are bad. Yeah, something tells me that it's not.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
But they still have cops.
Yeah, interesting. If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Thank you, Lena. Okay, we have some new stuff in here. Let's see what's new. She gave us her pen. Aww. I like that it says it's kind. Okay, and there's our cassette tape. Okay, we have some tasks. We have this window that we couldn't figure out. I feel like we've already can deduce what happened with the window, but we can try that later. You know, I'm gonna go ahead actually while we're here and turn the tutorial mode off because I know what's happening, and I think we're gonna get some tutorialization in just a moment, but I'll save here. Okay. Okay, we're supposed to talk to you again, even though you hate me.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching.
That's so mean.
He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
I'm just gonna double down.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
What does this mean? Who, me? Why are these tracks so difficult? I mean, good for me, I guess, but right, I got
His
this.
face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
Who killed him? Why did Sylvie leave?
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, I did ask you where before.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked her.
Oh no!
That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
I didn't know that.
thank you.
Mystery solved.
Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct.
I guess I like to be thorough.
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Where's the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
Oh no!
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Oh, I owe you money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real. Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money. What are you, a philosopher?
Just getting my bearings.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Where do I get it from?
Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I don't remember where my home
Officer,
is.
you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them. Ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. In time or space? That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
You know, I don't love the phrasing of this answer, but looking ahead at my skills, so I was going to say this when we were on that skills menu at the beginning, but there is one skill that is a physical skill, so I'm very weak in it currently, that I really want to get better at. Because I, as a player, know that it's very beneficial and very cool. And I think that this is going to help me to do that, so I'm going to pick this option.
Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages.
Alright. We got a thought! I think I got the opposing thought to this one last time, which is not as useful. So, interesting. So the way that thoughts work in this game, as we can see, we have this whole list of thoughts we haven't had yet, and this is our first one. So thoughts are basically like additional skills that you can get that do certain things to the skills you already have. And you have to, in order to get benefits from the thought, you have to internalize it. And so internalizing the thought for, I guess, 4 hours is how long it takes here, is going to lower our composure. But maybe it'll do something good on the other end. I don't know. Internalize. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 thought slots. That's good. Okay, well, we're not very composed, which might come back to haunt us here, but we'll see. Alright, let's go. Let's go make that call. Oh, look at this cafeteria! The art in this game is just so good. It's so, like, painterly. Oh, who's that guy? He's sleeping. Let's see. Talk to both of you. What's this? A bottle of rum. Okay. Let's go. Right, we're outside. I've never noticed this. They have the same pattern on the floor out here as they did in the hotel. What does this one say? Oh, look at this graffiti. That's gorgeous. Hello.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all.
The place looks the part. There's graffiti everywhere, and the traffic jam behind you is completely unregulated.
And we're just barely making these. That's interesting.
Of course. What can I help you with?
We need directions.
Of course. Where to?
I know where the dead body is. What's up in the north?
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
Okay, so north is this way.
The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably. Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
Okay, that's all.
No problem.
She's very well composed. Back straight.
Who are you?
Me? I am just a gardener.
She hides it well, but behind the sweat and dirt there is something else in her rigid posture.
What are you doing?
I'm working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done. Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Sorry.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale.
Salts? Ammonium salts. Perhaps useful for later.
This skill is really interesting. I'm happy that we have a high score in this. I think it's
Of course. I won't hold you back.
very useful.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Oh, cool. Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
That's nice of her. Hey, we're investigating a body. Can I just have your gloves? Wow. Cool. You know what, I'm actually... Can I put the gloves on? I can. Gloves. Looks great. Definitely matches our aesthetic. Gosh. Oh, look at the sign. Whirling in rags. Oh, this fucker. We're gonna stay away from him. He is not a nice guy. Closed for winter. Please use main entrance. Oh, okay, and the store is up there. Let's go look at the reason that we're here, shall we? Oh my gosh. I love the way that we move. Our little rectangles. Apparently the development company is has started selling a version of Kim's jacket, which is extremely cool. It's like very expensive. So I will not be purchasing that, but I think
You
it's
see
very
a set of
interesting.
tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Why am I looking at
Cop
this?
habit. You look at everything. This isn't case related, you think.
Kind of vehicle.
Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover.
Cool. Oh, I could fail this? Do I want to try this now? Try.
The
Okay,
tire
got it.
tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber.
Cool. I haven't seen this before, so I guess this skill like maps out what's happened. Okay, yeah, so somebody rammed into this.
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager.
What happened next?
The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry.
Car drove to the fence.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage friendly city. I'm not
disconnected.
sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went, if you find the time.
Okay, I think I got it. Seems bad. That was not actually super helpful, but maybe we will figure that out later. Okay. This is a little gross, so warning. It is a dead body, so that can be a little bit. Oh, okay. Also, I'm gonna turn down the audio a little bit preemptively. I feel like I'm cheating, but also this character is very loud, so I'm not gonna blow anyone's ears out.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Worker boots.
Noted.
It's another one. I don't think I even tried this one last time because I had such a low ability score, but let's try it.
Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Wow, this looks so cool. Go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot.
Oh, we're just gonna go
steel,
through all of them.
3. Hobnailed 4. Standard work boot, number
Wait.
45 or 46.
Which one?
You don't know. It's a miracle you
Okay.
can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44.
Okay.
6. An aberration, light as air, even
Oh,
pace.
interesting.
Same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
Hang on, I wasn't paying enough attention. I was like, I don't need to know all this information about the boots, but more fool me. Okay, 46, 44, 43, that's 3 different kinds. 44, 41, 44. Oh no, wait. Okay, there's 2 number 44s. 2 number 46s. 43, 41. 46 again. 44. I don't know if it's the same people. It seems like it's different people, or at least different shoes. Say nothing.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Yeah, this was notable. One soul is smoother than the other one.
Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal, like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
So we're looking for a drummer?
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no? You're right. Let's keep a low profile. A woman or a kid?
Could be a kid.
Okay. How do you know?
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
I thought I knew that because of the gate. I'm also not talking about. This might be a mistake. I just know it.
Understood. Anything else? 200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Whoa, okay. I will just say I am so much better at this investigation now that I have, like, not horrible, perception and intelligence. Like, having high psyche is cool, but this is really...
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see?
How old are these?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashon. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last one day.
Bye, Mark Allen. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, feel free to catch up on the VOD. It's really good. This game is awesome. The last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What happened?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy. The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
We got some medicine. That's good. Oh, this is the greenhouse. Oh god, it really is right next to this guy. I'm sorry, lady. I love that the game is like, you can't climb it. Don't try. Okay, let's look at you.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Primitive decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Yeah.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you expected, more fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Oh, gross. Ugh. God. No. That sound is disgusting.
Too late. It's impossible to keep in.
Ugh.
Until a pool of vomit.
Okay, yeah, we get it.
The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
Oh, thank you.
The hangover is clearly making things worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Where do we get ammonia?
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check.
I thought I
Modifiers make
turned
checks
you off.
easier and
Interesting. Okay. Let's get ammonia. That's nasty. Is that a puke filter for this game? That thing with the footprints is really cool. It's funny, they like blend in enough that you can't even see it if you don't have the tooltip up. So time in this game passes kind of strangely. It passes when you're in conversations. It passes when you are doing events. Oh, this music. And there are certain other things that make time pass, like you can sit down on a bench and pass time, but we've only passed like an hour, I think, an hour and a half so far.
It's raining again. It was clear just an hour ago.
Hi, can you give us more stuff?
Sure. I'm done with them.
Oh, thank
Go
you.
easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Oh, she's so nice. Thank you. Alright, not gonna puke this time. Operation Don't Puke. I feel like once you've puked once, it's probably, like, you don't feel good, but I feel like I should just be able to deal with it if there's nothing in my stomach now. But maybe that's not how bodily functions work.
There he still is, looking right through you.
+1
with
has
his white
ammonia.
eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Man, that didn't help like at all. Let's see, I don't think I have any points. This is maybe gonna be a problem. Okay, I don't have any points yet. This game is like kind of weirdly stingy with experience points for the first little bit of time. Let's see. I can't pay you any money. I don't know where she is yet. I'm nervous about this check. I'm gonna go do something else really quickly, and maybe that will help clarify the situation. I'm going to try and find Kim's car because I was told that I need to go call my police station. So I'm gonna try that. But I don't know where. Usually it's like over here. Oh, here it is. Ugh, I don't like cars, but this is such a cool car. Look at this engine. It's just like in the rain.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage.
Oh, whoops. No, I want to investigate the car. This seems like very bad for the upholstery.
Inside,
If
you
it's
see a
just
set
open.
of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You have synced with the machine's mechanical circulation.
Do I know how to operate this?
You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics. After a while, you realize silence is your only answer. Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back. The smell of freshly treated leather, the lack of dirt and dust on the dashboard, and a neat little brush in the cup holder, all seem to be whispering, "I'm good, cherished and cared for, in the hands of a tending owner."
Oh no! Wait,
At
what?
the bottom of the sea.
What? Oh no.
So strange. The machine is not on the bottom of the sea at all. It's right in front of you, well kept. Why did it say that?
Okay, I just got so lucky there. So you see, it's good that it lets me heal myself if I take a morale hit. I have like half a second to do that. But I picked up some magnesium in the garden, which was a total chance. But otherwise that literally would have killed me. I'm so fragile. The morale, having one morale is really rough too. Like having one health is hard, but for the most part, you kind of know things that can hurt you physically. But, like, anyway, that's really interesting. Okay, we're fine.
The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now.
Okay.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Wait, hang on. Why do I have 8 points in empathy? Maybe it's 6 plus 8. Yeah, that would make sense. Interesting. Why do I have +1? Oh, the gloves gave me extra interfacing. Yeah, so I can only ever get to 3 empathy, which is not fantastic, but we'll see. Okay. I'm gonna take the flashlight.
It's robust. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
That's good. Pry bar?
The pry bar feels useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts.
Oh, I bet we can use this on the corpse. I don't think I found this last time, or I don't think I found it before the
pull-out
examination
toolbox
last time.
slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Pick up the radio.
The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
Let's be nice to her.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. I wonder what Kim's default radio station is.
I want to press that, but I feel like Kim will get mad at me, and that is the one thing that I do not want in this life. I don't want Kim to be mad at me. Oh, but this is so curious. I never found this before. Oh, let's try it.
As always, it's DJ Nash and Felicio, and you're listening to Street Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar.
A flock of seagulls takes off nearby. Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says,
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted the prime line, right? Oh, is that what it was called?
Go for it. Turn the radio back on while it's still on the Speed Freaks FM.
Oh, this is kind of mean.
Souped up motor carriage for...
God damn it! Look, it helps me to stay alert on long nights, okay? It's a method. I'm not some kind of speed freak or... Thank you.
This is Precinct 57. Can I connect you to someone?
I should talk to Sylvie first.
Of course. What is her number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
I like her portrait a lot.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? No? Not me? No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
Why was this a check? There's two phones. Oh yeah, I see there's two phones.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Why didn't you call?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the courts. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
I don't want to push her too hard here. This is just being an a-hole. This is true, but it's not useful. I'll talk to Kim.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto police by the Dock Workers Union.
I don't know what to tell you, officer. I didn't call you because I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. With the Union. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Oh, we already know this.
Why not?
Yeah, I already know this information.
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now.
Poor Sylvie. Okay, I think we're good.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy. Like Gart.
This is interesting. Oh no. Oh, I was below it by quite a lot.
Trust me, you wouldn't want to be the guy here. You know how it is. Yak, yak, nag, nag.
Gross.
No, you're the guy. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster.
Oh my god, not a spinster. What does that answer? Okay, yeah. No internalized misogyny.
What misogyny? I'm just telling things the way they are. Can't a man be honest in his own head anymore?
No.
You have to act, Lieutenant Love.
Oh my god,
You have to calm that
no.
hysteric down.
No, I don't want
Tell it
to.
you've got everything under control.
This is what I was
Then go
worried
and have a
about.
little boys' talk
This
with
is
Gart
what I was
himself.
worried about.
Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
I'm happy the game is letting me not do this because both of those answers are disgusting.
You're just a gimp. What? You want to be more empathetic?
I do want to be more empathetic.
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer? Just a second, officer.
Okay, I'm happy that's done.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
The man uses relay code. You've got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
Interesting.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over. 10-18, state your message, sir.
So I don't know how much I want to admit to this person. I'm gonna try this one first. There's personal details I'd like to discuss.
10-4, your badge should have most of your personal details. Look over that. Over.
Oh no. I don't have it.
10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 1022 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Hey, who is this?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pigueux, sir. Over. You mean your partner? Over.
Uh-oh.
What is he saying?
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn partner.
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Dietmar, sir. Over.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
Who lost his badge?
God.
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge.
I think I may have failed this last time, which is very funny.
Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Yeah, haha.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh goddamn it. Is he fucking kidding?
Satellite Officer Dietmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
I like this guy.
Mullen dicked us.
Let me just move on.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a code.
Oh
Sorry.
no.
It's hard to think like this.
It's hard.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
No heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
His voice acting is really good.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
No.
Okay, it's gone. Your gun is most definitely gone.
10-9, coming officer. You get my question? You were wondering about your gun. Over.
It cannot be retried. Oh, I forgot about this. So when it's red, it's not saying that it's challenging. It's saying that I can't retry it. Why not?
Lying
Oh!
over the phone, it's easy.
Wow.
Just say it like it's the truth. And
Just
then
barely.
it becomes it.
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance?
I'm not saying that. I'm also not going to say that. Goodbye.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Okay. It was less helpful than I hoped. That actually went so well. So, yeah. They made fun of me, but they made fun of me significantly less than the last time I had that conversation, so I'll call it a win. Okay. Let's see. So, I can't do this yet because, my endurance is still, like, really, really low, and I'm concerned that I'm going to lock myself out of it if I don't. If I keep trying. So, I'm gonna see who made the call reporting the crime. Keep searching for the caller despite lacking any obvious leads. Take a look at the phone booth on the coast. We could look for my gun, but that's pretty vague at this point. Yeah, that's also pretty vague at this point. I don't have any money. I don't want to ask them for money because I feel like they're not going to give me any money, but we can do that later. I did a few things. Found your other shoe. Oh, right. Okay. I think that we are gonna go... I'll go back over here and explore. This game has a little bit of a slow start, but it does kind of pick up pretty quickly. Like, you can kind of do, at this point, pretty much anything that you want. Even if it's, like, completely unrelated to the case, quote unquote. But, so winch mechanism, there's, what's back here? Can I not get up here? I guess not. What's this?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
And why am I looking at this roofing material?
Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Interesting. I got some XP.
What is this?
Tool shed. Okay, got an experience point. Okay, I'm gonna save this because I have learned from experience that it's usually better to save your skill points for when you fail a check and have to retry it. And I'm, again, really concerned about that endurance check for not throwing up, so let's try it over here. Elysium. Ugh. Silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good, vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I
mean. I'm not thinking about taking it.
Of course, detective. Swift justice. Don't worry, we don't have to investigate every trace of narcotics.
Yeah, swift, lightning justice. Faster, harder, justicer.
See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? The secret path the local kids use.
Okay. What's that? Ooh, money. Making money. How are we doing on this thought? We have like 3 hours left. Okay. Let's keep trying. It's raining again. Pretty. I can't get there yet. These barrels are half full of rainwater. What's that? Oh. Where are we going? What is up here? It's just like a little spa. Is this more money? We're finding so much money. We have like a whole $2 now. 2 real, excuse me. Postcard, Grand Couronne 37. This postcard depicts an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. 13-story buildings line the hillside like sarcophagi, an ominous fog already rising from behind. These are the last boom years. In 1939, the project failed catastrophically, leaving behind an opiate and hepatitis B infested slum. This is where we're from. Jamrock. Ammonia. Kim's handkerchief. We got all this stuff from the car. Okay. Let's see. I think we were going this way. This is very dangerous. This seems like super ill-advised. What's up with this coat?
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment.
That's so mean. That's true.
You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some tracking.
Oh no. Look around.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Is it? Kvalsund makes a lot of heavy equipment, but this is phenomenal, even for them. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
What exactly are we doing up
What
here?
are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. They're bound to have information for us. I thought that was our intention.
Oh, interesting. We can go around this way.
Or it could be that we are just exploring.
We haven't even been to the harbor yet. Let's look over here.
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
Oh, sure.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save because I don't want to die. I'm trying to get this coat. Save. Okay. Okay, I can't get to that yet.
Tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
I'm gonna try it. Oh. Oh no. Ooh. Yikes.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here.
Oh no.
Despair creeps into you.
Yeah.
Yet in fact, on your weakness. Whatever noble
I did not
intentions you
expect
once
that
had
to
as
be a
police
volition
officer, it's
morale
eaten them
hit.
all up now.
I thought I was gonna like eat
You're
it.
still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
That's good.
I don't dispute that you have been charged with protecting the people of a particularly challenging district. But poverty does not make one a loser. Poverty is just poverty.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. "It's because the Furrows lost that match," said Captain Ptolemy Price, once the man's superior officer. "It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions, and anyway, police work really burns you out after a while," Satellite Officer Jean-Vic Mayer, the deranged former cop's partner, commented. Sergeant Matt Torson, another former colleague, did not propose any theories, merely saying, "Whatever happened to him wasn't about birds. He got fucked, that's all."
Wow. First death. I think this is my first morale death ever in this game. Okay, I'm happy that I saved. I'm not gonna try that again though. It's very funny that that's a white check because white checks are checks that let you retry them, like after you put more points into that skill. But if you just like die, I guess if you have a morale that's above 1, you wouldn't die in that situation. So that actually, like, not that I'm happy that happened, but I think it is actually good because I don't have to put any more points into savoir faire. Okay, we'll try that again some other time. But I think I need to be able to make that jump in order to get down to that door. And I think that I need to be able to get down to that door in order to get out here and get around this way. So that would be good. Let me just make sure that that is correct.
Tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings.
Yes, I know. Okay. At least I know that now. It's probably actually to my advantage to try that. I I could like scum it, but that would be pretty bad. Because I only have one morale point. It would be pretty easy for me to potentially just try that over and over again until I succeed, but that would take a long time based on what just happened there. Okay, how do I get down? Am I just like stuck? Oh, here we go. Is there anything else up here that I haven't gone for yet? Why not just like jump? Okay. Bummer. We tried it though. Alright. I think what is going to happen here is... This is interesting. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, because I'm not out of quests, I can do this one pretty easily, but it's going to take a little while. I can do... no, I'm done with that. I can't do that right now. Both of these are kind of dead ends at the moment. I can go to the pawn shop, which is a good idea, but I can talk to Guard again. He hates me. He's a scumbag, though I don't. He seems like he is. I don't care that he doesn't like me. I can do this. But I think I'm gonna try and inspect the body here. And if I fail, I can always put a point into endurance and try again later, but I probably will wait on that. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna try opening this thing. Letter R, where's the crown? On the ribbon below, a light above descending. Oh, on this little... Is this a trash can? That's the motto of the city, the light above descending. Okay.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage,
Or
we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Interesting.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Yeah, let's try that one first. This is very funny. I have a -10 to this because I just don't have it in my hands. I'm not going to try that. Okay. Let's try this endurance check and see how we do.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes.
Why
The
do I
body
just
below
not
is
keep holding my
entirely
nose?
dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting
That's what I would
is
do in this
all
situation.
It does now.
Don't throw up.
The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Well, I think I don't want to be a cop anymore. That didn't help. Nor does the wind
Nor
right
does the
now.
wind right now.
Oh, thank you.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, baguette. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You're fine.
I think I've lost my sense of smell.
A white lie.
That's nice.
Not being hungover helps too.
I want to be involved, but I'm concerned if I pick this one that he's just going to do it without me, and then I can't.
That's probably a good idea. Clear our heads. But before we can do that, you need to get your shit together.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue
Yes, I know.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Okay. Well, we got a thought. Volumetric ship compressor. Your ship is apart, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together. Compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the two hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people, maybe that will help. Well, I mean, why not? Does it take skill points to internalize thoughts? No. Okay, we still have this one skill point. I don't want to spend it on endurance right now, because I might need that later. So where are we at? Our highest level skill is interfacing, which is really interesting. Master machines, pick locks, and pockets. Yeah, this is why we were so in tune with the car. Oh, this is interesting. At high levels, interfacing will isolate you from society. Why bother with people when you can talk to machines? That's cool. And then my lowest ones are... I have 0 suggestion. Oh, this is like manipulation. Make you slimy. Well, that's fine. I would rather be alone than slimy. Why do I have +1 on this? And bonuses from items. Is anything else weird? Electrochemistry. Bonus from items +1. That's very cool. Okay, I think we'll leave it about unspent for right now in case we need it later. But open trash container. Let's go talk to Gart. Maybe this will help us here. We'll see once this is done. Maybe that's the point of this thought. It's like, get your shit together. That's very funny. Well, I think that's probably a pretty good place to stop for tonight, because I've already gone about an hour longer than I thought I was going to. This game is so good. I love playing it so much, and I've forgotten so much of it that it's really nice to return to it again. But we'll save here, and then stay on the screen with this lovely gentleman. Well, thank you so much to everybody that came out today to watch. I had a lot of fun getting back into this game, and I am super excited to keep playing it. I probably will play it again later this week if I have any time in the evenings. If not, I will return to it on Sunday, which is the day I am trying to be streaming a little bit more regularly than in the past. So, yeah. See you then.